Hi, Leo. Thank you so much for wandering over to your bonus. I'll put the link below for your original if you'd like to watch that. But here we are. Here is your shadow scroll that we're going to utilize. So when you're ready, let's take a boo. All right, I hear you too. I'm getting lots of like ram feels, and also like happy. Like porcupines would typically be spiky. I'm getting the vibe that they're like cuddly porcupines, like baby porcupines. I'm also seeing they're not beavers, but they're kind of like in that realm, like maybe like ferrets, maybe. I'm seeing ferrets as well, if that means something to someone. We're here for the Leo Collective. Strength is coming through. You're stepping right forward. Something came to a resolution really, really quickly. Three of Hazard and the Hangman. Maybe there was an indecision. Did that come through in the other reading? There's maybe some sort of indecision, or I'm going to put that right there. So hopefully it doesn't fall. I think it was like Two of Wands feel. Something, yeah, to play in the playground. Okay, so in the shadow side, I feel like one, in a very deep and dark way, somebody, or whether it's of the self or somebody in spirit, may have taken their own life. One by a hanging, and the other one with a bullet. Condolences.
Fall equinox.
Possibly in the fall season. Something came to, like it happened really, really fast. And it's like I had to make a decision how I was going to deal with this. And I feel like you're being prided upon. Prided upon? I'll leave that, for how well you handled it. Even if you don't think that you did. You might have even been a child. For some of the Leo Collective, something might have happened when you were a child and you didn't even know. Like this is part of like, okay, like generational trauma, like something had happened, or there's an affliction through the family that you're unaware of. And you didn't know about it as a child, and or maybe people around you see symptoms of this affliction within you, or you see it in others. Does that make sense? Because I never really know if it's from of the self or an expression of viewing it. But it is something in the family. Somebody's not hearing it. Maybe this is why I have a worry.
Basement.
Maybe I have a worry about something. Because somebody might not be talking about some sort of affliction that they do have. So, but then they're like suffering alone. The Star. I feel like some Leos, whether it's of yourself and you're having the strength to get help, Five of Cups is on the bottom. If it's of the self, I feel like Leos have the sense of pride to know how valuable it is to reach out for help. Because I do feel like there's a bunch of energies that are embodied that will help you work through this. If there's something, and in compassion, I can understand, it's like I don't want to hear any more advice. I don't want to hear anyone else having the answers, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like what you really want in life, or what your goal is, what your passion is overriding that, because I'm just going to start somewhere again. Because maybe something's transformed, like the way it was in others of the family or around me. Even if this is like a family
you won't understand.
No, I'm not trying to say I understand. I'm trying to step forward, because it feels like, even if it's not family, it's my friend family, and maybe it's like a social affliction, right? Things that happen because of your friend
Window.
circle. Could even be like, when I wander into that realm, it feels like drugs. Leos, is this something that you're feeling amidst the collective? And maybe you are someone that helps those that are afflicted? That their porcupines aren't porky anymore? Or what's that movie from the 80s? Porky something or other. What family expectations do you believe you need to fulfill and why? Interesting. In the preconscious and subconscious realms, what types of situations have made you feel like it wasn't okay to discuss how you emotionally feel? Are you aware of any suppressed emotions tied to a traumatic experience? Okay, so this is a very deep message for some Leos. Now, whether you are a person or in a position, I should say, that helps others go through traumas, therapies, PTSD, for those that have had attempts, maybe you're some form of doctor,
Hammer.
to you are on the other spectrum feeling it, you're going through it, whether it's through the family and grief or through your friends. Maybe you've been in the army, maybe you've been in the military. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's like help is on both sides. Like you did service to help the collective, and now the collective is here to help you. So it's almost like the bravery, if I may utilize the military concept, the bravery to go out and fight for your country and see what you see, what you've been through. A different kind of bravery, but an added bravery to take steps to mold that and filter it for society that you're, I'm going to say, not trained for, but you are. But it's like you're retraining yourself and to fuse them so that you're not feeling like you're being eaten alive or constantly under attack. But I also feel like that could be in regards to an addiction or grief. So this is a big shadowscape that is in here, and it feels like these two wombs. Greetings, how are you? Do you see what I'm saying? And then here's this channel of like this creature in the center. I'm not trying to give you the finger or anything. And I feel like that's like standing tall because I'm seeing, was it Hannibal Lecter at the mouth? Like my mouth is covered. And then when I wander into the Nine of Wands, like see how they're all like cannibalistic.
Sin.
Okay, let's read these two. And these are pre-conscious and conscious. If you could instantly tap into a state of euphoria, describe what that feeling could be. Have you ever experienced anxiety? Explain what you think anxiety is. Leos, I kind of want to give you a big old high five. I'm seeing a blue heron for how strong you are and whatever you've been going through in any of these states, because it's like the Leo collective is very clear on their medal of honor of what they've been through, and each point of the star, for me, it feels like it's coming in where it could be addiction, it could be an affliction of the family or a disease, or it could be the PTSD. Grief of how others. Is that a piece of fluff? Anyway, okay. And Leo, I want to send you like a great big hug. Look at even the zombie in control. Like what's controlling you? Again, if this isn't you, I say go, maybe go back to the questions that could inspire introspection to get deeper, even down to the bottom. And even underneath that, which of the following influences your decisions? Logic or intuition? And I want to like continue on. Family or friends? Who's controlling you? And if you're not who necessarily, what could be? Is it an addiction to food, or is it an addiction to, I don't know, whatever the things are out there, cough syrup or
Please leave.
whatever it is. And maybe you want that to leave. Maybe it's nightmares. Maybe it's the grief you had over seeing somebody pass. Did I say I saw a blue heron, or a heron at least? Feeling very protective over something. And I could be very protective over my grief. It's like the Grim Reaper, but it's not the Grim Reaper. Like, this is what this feels like. This ink blot feels, or this card, the color, it feels like this ink blot. And now I'm seeing the ram's head again. Like, maybe I feel like I've been like rammed in life.
Horror.
Maybe, or things just haven't been good. Horror. Flies. Get. And it's like, well, how do I become visible when I've been invisible for so long? Maybe I've been in like a cicada rhythm for like 17 years, whatever their years are. What don't I want to hear? What don't I want to see? Maybe it's my family line. Maybe I was an orphan. Leos, man, you guys are vast. Vast. When you feel, you feel. Wow. It's almost like the butterfly effect is coming through. And it's like I have an idea of what may help. I have an idea that I kind of want to follow. I do. Maybe pride gets in the way. I have a feeling, yes. We'll take one more as I'm closing out here for the Leo Collective. So this is truly a deep and dark divination, but I truly want to appreciate those who have the bravery to go through it, to feel the feels, if this is on a collective level versus an individual level, and in maybe different ways, spectrums and sites, the different ways that you can see yourself in many of the roles. I don't even know what that was. Okay. So I have here War and Black Effing Magic, the Emperor, and Treading Water. So I want to note there is some sort of cycle that is beginning and ending or beginning. It depends how you want to look at it, and if there's something that feels like it's going to be relived for the next Cicadia cycle type thing. And maybe for those of you that have been at war, in war with oneself, with, the mental mind, with different experiences I've had, different healings, Bible. Being in maybe, cults to religions, and utilizing your faith to help, that has been helping you tread water. But I do feel like now, if you are treading water right now, you are wise enough to get around your own blind spots so that you turn emperor. Does that make sense? So, which is your Medal of Honor. And if anyone feels as though they've just kind of been cursed since childhood, or cursed, if they were orphans and in the foster system, or given away, and then it just like, and then in a reaction, like this domino effect. The Ten of Wands, the burdens of all that. The burdens of holding all of the energy and feelings that may accompany that for other people's choices and responsibilities. And my judgment upon them is what's carrying me, helping me carry these burdens. And now I'm like, no.
Always.
There's my spots that were once blind, and now they're leading me. All those candles are leading me, of reminding me of a path I've already been on. And I'm not walking away because I don't love. I'm walking towards what euphoria, my own state of euphoria of an existence. And closing out here, we have the Star and the King of Swords. And that owl again. The owl came up in the other reading. The link will be below. Same if you want to like, share, subscribe, or request your own personal, all that kind of good stuff. You have beings looking out for you, but you have beings on both sides because your strength exists on both sides of the coin. Something about like a translucence as well. Knowing that you are protected, and
Kenneth.
even Kenneth just came through. The stars come through twice as well, because emotionally I feel like I'm kind of drowning, or I'm really tired. So I'm gonna like kind of let some stuff go so I can be a little bit more buoyant, get to shore, and talk to somebody. And you might be the person somebody else talks to. So I'm very understanding of in reflection of how this is. But Leos, I'm going to leave it here. This is incredible. I want you to know that you are incredible. You are not marked, if that's how somebody's feeling. But if you believe that, then you are the creator of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, somebody else could have implied it. Situations or existences may have implied it or projected it. But once we assume it, then we're the ones who continuously power it, and that's the treading water. Because it's like, but you can touch the ground. But you can touch the ground. Might be old magic. Might be old family magic. This was big. I hope I was of some sort of help or some sort of validation. If not, I send a big old hug to you, because this is, whether you are some sort of therapist or you're in therapy, there's a lot of layers to this, and this goes deep, and it goes deep. And I want to say, like, why?
Divination dose.
Because your strength holds a certain frequency of euphoria that is infused and embedded in emotions in your
Thursday.
existence. I'm going to let you go. Thank you.